Next up, we have my husband, Tyler. So it's really difficult when you grow up with an amazing dad, because then it makes it really difficult to date people, because every single person that you date, you measure up to your dad. I looked at how my dad treated my mom. Did you know that my mom didn't put gas in her car their entire marriage? For 34 years, she didn't put gas in her car. And so every boy that I dated, I measured up to my dad, and I looked at how my dad would have done things. And I met Tyler at the end of college. I was just about to graduate. And so in true Stevens fashion, we were throwing a ginormous graduation party. And so I decided it would be really smart to invite every boy I ever dated to my graduation party. Because we had been dating for about 2.5 months, and I was like, this could go sour. And so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna invite a lot of boys that I've dated in case I need a backup. In case this doesn't work, I'm going to need a backup. And so in walks Tyler to my graduation party. And I have to add this part, Mom. So my husband is a little bit furry everywhere but the top of his head. If you haven't noticed,
I had hair then.
He had hair then, but not so much. So I had told him that he needed to have his chest waxed on my graduation day. So he walked into my graduation party in a crisp white Hugo Boss button-up shirt. I don't know how you could afford that, sweetheart. And his chest was so red and inflamed, you could see it through the shirt. And he walked around like this the entire time. And so as he's in pain, burning from the inside out, in walked this string of boyfriends. And Tyler, I think he knew what was going on. He just played it cool the entire time. And he looked at my mom, and he watched the way that Tyler was reacting to all of this, and he looked at my mom and he said, he's the one. I know it. I know that the way that he's reacting to all of this, he's the one that Leah will marry. And so it's a pleasure for me to have my husband come up here and talk about my dad.
I think that makes it a little bad. Yes, I did wax my chest, and it hurt so bad. No, I have not waxed my chest since. I thought maybe it would be less painful. So I wrote down a little bit of notes here. I had Leah write it down on the way over here as a way to keep her mind off of things. Closer? Okay. Way to keep her mind off of things as we drove over. One thing, if you know me, if you know my dad, we're terrible storytellers. So I'll try to keep these notes as succinct as I can. I leave out a lot of parts and I jump around, and I can start to see when people's eyes glaze over that they're still not following. And then Leah hits me and gets me back in line. In a lot of ways I know Wayne extremely well because his daughter and him are very much alike. Cleaners, worriers. If there's not something that they're worrying about at the moment, they'll find something to worry about. They were really good at that. So I definitely have Wayne for the rest of my life. As you can probably tell, Wayne was very, very caring, especially when it came to his family. He did a lot of things husbands are supposed to do, dads are supposed to do. Maybe a lot of times that I know that I could count on to do things. So, car needed to get washed, oil change was coming up. I could count on him to pick up the car from Leah's school and come back, and then, you know, Leah would put it out there, but I knew he was really reliable, so I could get it done, and then, you know, it was very much like that. Wayne and I like to do a lot of just normal things to get it together, you know. Every once in a while I could get him to eat chicken, which was nice, because I needed another meat eater when Jeff wasn't around. You know, we would see a lot of movies, talk about a lot of the shows that were on. He was a great source of information. Since moving to Vegas, I don't watch a lot of local news. All of it's national, but Wayne read his papers. He read the Arizona Republic religiously. Would even read all the papers here in town. So I was always up to date with, did you hear about that? Did you hear about this? And it was like I had my own newscaster here in Vegas, which is very nice.
him and I love to go see movies together. I know Jeff, when he was around, would always go see movies. And he was funny because he always liked the Sylvester Stallone, the action-packed movies, or did you see this coming up? Or he would just get, and you could see his eyes light up because he would get so excited over some of the just those movies that were just fun, but there wasn't much to them. But it was so enjoyable, and those are always fun because Leah hates going to see movies, and I see movies a lot by myself a lot because I really enjoy them, and Wayne shared in that love of that. He was very dependable. Luckily, with at least the gas, I broke Leah of that a little bit, although we're going to have to teach Kathy here how to do it because I can't fill up everybody's car. Now, you guys did have a Chevron right on the corner by your house, so it was very convenient just to pull in and get it done. But we did at least teach Leah to do that. But I got one story that was really fun. I think you and Wayne were down in Mexico at the time. Was I in Flagstaff? I was in Flagstaff. Leah was out here, and she was driving home from work. She worked at the fashion show, and she's driving home, and all of a sudden she breaks down, and she pulls over the side of the road, and she can't figure out what's going on. And so she calls Wayne, I think, first, and Wayne's like, oh, fan belt's got to go off. Well, if you knew Wayne, even though he worked in the car business, mechanically, not handy whatsoever, not handy at all. And when he would think of a problem, it would have to be a big problem. Nothing small could happen. So he's like, oh, it's got to be a fan belt. And so I get a call, and I don't know if it was from you or from Kathy, and all of a sudden, like, she just ran out of gas. Like, I know exactly what happened. Because without her dad around to fill up her gas tank, she will go to the very end. I've been at a gas station with her, and she coasted in. And she looked at me with this face of terror because she knew I would be mad. Because you got to fill it up a little bit more than that. And lo and behold, she ran out of gas. And Mike and Bobby, I know they're here. They actually helped us out since no one was here, and went and brought some gas to her. Picked her up on the side of the road.
I also ripped my skirt.
Oh, that was the day she, yes, on the side of the freeway, ripped her skirt up the back. So, I mean, I just have a lot of really fun memories of Wayne and I would do, because I would always be driving to Arizona. They'd always hop on because it was really convenient. Or just all of our family trips. Wayne and I did a lot of stuff together because Kathy and Leah, Kara's off doing something. Kathy and Leah would just kind of go on their own way, and it would be Wayne and I. So I have a lot of really fun memories. My favorite image in my head is him on the chicken bus, there's different tiers of buses in Mexico, and the chicken bus is the bus that pesos to jump on it. But it is the most fun bus. There's so much going on. And here I can just still picture Wayne going down the road in Mazatlan, all of a sudden sticking his head out. He's got his little hat on, just waving at my dad and I as he's riding away. And it's the best image I have of Wayne. But you know, some people are known for big things that they do. I don't know that there was one big thing that Wayne did, but he did all of the amazing small things that you don't see. His dependability. We had a ginormous wedding that Kathy went to every garage sale in this town for a year, and you wouldn't believe the dishes. Well, some of you do know the dishes we had. We had an 8-course setting for 200 people, and it was just, oh, we don't have this and we don't have that. Their garage is right now full of it, and they've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. And Wayne washed every single piece of that dishes. They went up to Flagstaff a month earlier, and he washed all of them. Now, someone got the bright idea that we would pay someone to do it on the other side of the wedding, which was a great idea. But he was just so dependable. It's all the little things that he would do for you. And are you going to tell the story about the CD? In your car? Yeah, so Leah will tell you another story, and I think that epitomizes what it is, the small things that Wayne would do for you. And that's really what I took away most, is just when he said something, he would do it for you. Or he would do things for his family before they even knew that they needed to be done. So it's like the Steve Jobs of being a father. With that, just one last thing. So Lee and I, when we were trying to find a place to get married, we were trying to think of a venue. Well, I say we. Kathy's in the we when it came to our marriage. Even more so maybe now. And we were trying to figure out where we were going to have this, and they know all the event planning and all that stuff, and I knew just to kind of get out of the way when they were trying to figure out where it was. And they were trying to think of all the different places in Phoenix, where to go, what to do, and it was really Wayne, because we have this love of Flagstaff where Lee and I met when we went to college, when Carrie went to college, and it was his idea, like, why don't we just get married in Flagstaff? All of our friends love it. It's not too far out of the way. People will want to come. And so we ended up getting married in Flagstaff, and it was the prettiest day. 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is. It was amazing, and that was Wayne. You know, not saying a lot, but when he did, it really counted. So that's all I got. Keep it in mind. Thank you.